Hey folks, it's Grant over at Local Cooling Farms. I just moved the shade structure for the cattle this morning. We kind of have a situation that we're working on, and we're going to utilize carrots and not sticks this morning. We've got some of the new cattle that we had gotten who have not done our circuit yet, and it does require them to go through this new gate over here, which is this gate right here, goes down the internal road to this paddock over right over here. We've got a really deep drainage ditch in here where these trees are, and in a normal year, last year was a drought, this year we're not in a drought, but it's still fairly dry for us. It's normally very deep. I don't feel comfortable running cattle through it because it's muck, and they can get, I don't want any cattle snapping an ankle or anything like that, and that kind of muck. It's not rock. We're in Southeast Louisiana, so there's no rock down there. It's just muck, and so doing this shortcut may really cost us an animal. And so anyway, so what we're doing is we had the shade cloth on another part of this paddock. Remember, we're doing like this 3-wedge, 180 degree half wagon wheel type thing in our paddocks. This paddock is about 5 acres. And so we had the shade cloth on the other side. We don't have a lot of really good trees in this paddock, so we really need the shade cloth. And anyway, so I moved the shade structure close to where the gate is that I need these cows to go through. And then I am putting in, I'm putting down a little feed trough right here. We do supplemental feed with feed stuff that's approved by the American Grass-Fed Beef Association, things like alfalfa. So I'm going to put the feed bin right there. We have not been feeding them in here because we've had so much grass, and so they're doing really well on it. So we just use these cut off IBC. This is the top of the IBC. You can see the top lid right there. So it's been flipped upside down, and then we just use these straps to connect it to the pallet. These straps, I hustle these for free because these are the type of grade straps that are used to move temporary cargo. So if y'all know any hot shot haulers or any haulers, sometimes they end up with dozens of those, and they just end up throwing them away. So anyway, so I'm going to put the shade by the gate. I'm going to put the feed by the gate, and then I'm going to slowly entice them with the carrot with some supplemental feed to go down the road. And they've, out of this crew, this few head, see, I don't know if I could zoom. Yeah, I can't really zoom in. I don't want to go and mess with them. We've got one cow that's totally chill. She's got a calf with her, so we got to time it right to where the calf isn't somewhere, hidden in all this high goldenrod and stuff that we have in here. And then we've got one steer, and we got 2 cull cows that we're finishing as stockers for our ground beef and stew meat program. So anyway, so we've got one in the group that is a little spooky. She was the one in the last video coming through the corral. She kind of stood in the corral and was like looking around. She's got that white head. So she's the one that we can spook. So everything that we're doing is based upon that one animal who is a little spooky, because she's if we get her, then we get the rest of them easily. So we want to kind of like go to the lowest common denominator with this cow group. It's not a huge deal. Like, we got plenty of feed in here, but we want to move them out because we want to move the goats in to clean up everything. So then when we can bush hog this field. And so we've kind of got our own agenda in mind. But some of the best advice I ever got with livestock that I've read and heard, you hear that everywhere, is that, the animals do not have a watch. they are not on your timeline, so you kind of have to work with them. So there's no sense of real urgency here. It's just, like I said, our wishes and desires and conveniences for everything. And so that's what we're doing out here, just getting everything set up to kind of baby this small group. So we've got the 4 head in here plus the calf, so we got 4.5 head in here, and then we've got the rest of the herd in the other paddock, and they're just super fat and happy because it's that field is actually a little bit lusher than this field right now. So that's what we're up to this morning at Local Cooling Farms. I hope maybe I gave you guys some ideas or not. Y'all have a good one. Be safe out there.